drilling going on over here. So I'm going to fire the boat up now. It's stone cold. I'm going to fire it up and put it through its space in the water here. So here we go. So being the MPI, you don't have to pump the throttle or anything. Just make sure that the run switch is in run and neutral. Drive is trimmed down. Turn the key and fire it up. The battery is maybe slightly low, but it hasn't been charged up or anything, so we can put the battery on the charge, which is starting there on the button. All looks good, running nice and smooth. So let's just have a wee look through the dash to see what instruments we have working. Voltmeter's working. Oil pressure gauge, possibly not working actually. That might not be working, we need to double check that. Speedo was checking right. Trim gauge we know about. Rev counter's working. Temperature gauge we'll keep an eye on, and the fuel gauge is working. So we'll get her off the trailer, put her through her paces on the river. Okay, so we're on the water now. Gear shift is nice and smooth, forward, neutral, and reverse, pretty well balanced. Steering's nice and light as well. I'm going to put it on the plane now, take it up to about 3,000 RPM or so, and then do a full speed run as well. So, fully trimmed down, get it lined up, go for full throttle here. Let's do a full throttle run. Okay, so I double checked the speeds on my phone there. So at 3,000 RPM, this boat with that 21-inch prop is doing 25 knots. That's about 28, 29 miles an hour. So that's your sort of typical cruising, economical cruising speed. And flat out, it's revving to just shy of 5,000 RPM. It's doing hitting about 4,800 RPM, which is perfect. And on my GPS, I was getting 44 knots, which is 50 miles an hour, just a shade over 50 miles an hour, which is what you would expect from this big boat with that MPI engine. So goes really good. Full shots, good acceleration on the plane, and with that 21-inch prop, she's doing 50 miles an hour flat out. Everything looks pretty good. She's running nice and smooth. The oil pressure gauge isn't working, so that hasn't come up or anything. So I think it's important that we get that sorted, because you want to know your oil pressure. Voltmeter's fine and she's charging okay. She's showing sort of 13, 14 volts. Rev counter, or sorry, the speedo's not working, but that might just be a blocked pedo pipe, so we can check that out. The trim gauge isn't working, we know about that. Rev counter tacho is working perfectly. The temperature gauge is working and it's come up to 175 and it's sat bang on there for the whole time we've been running it. And the fuel pressure gauge is working as well. She's reading correctly. So the boat's running really nice. Not much wrong with it. We'll have a wee look in the engine bay. I'll just put it on the plane, give it one quick last spin around here for you, which I'll film, and then we'll put it back on the trailer and we'll have another wee look in the engine bay just before we finish up. But yeah, the boat's running good. So trim her down. Had it trimmed out for doing that full speed run, but we'll trim her down. Give her full throttle acceleration. That's her. So that's us back on the trailer. I'll just take another look in the engine bay. All looks pretty good. Let's just do a hot restart as well. So stop her and we'll start her up again now warm. No problem. And again, all the instruments, look at those again. Blood pressure is not relevant. Temperature, solid. So there you go, Pat. That's how the boat's running. I think it's doing everything it's supposed to do. Starting on the button, gear shift's good, steering's good, revving out to 4,800 RPM, doing 50 miles an hour. I think we need to get that oil pressure gauge sorted out, whether we cover it or you cover it. We'll not argue about it, but you need an oil pressure gauge. That's important. Temperature gauge is working fine, and the rest of the fuel gauge and stuff is fine as well. So I think it's all going good. What we'll do now is we will get the drive off, get it down to Robert to get it resealed and things, and then we can look at getting the prices for the covers and all that sort of stuff. So I'll send this video through to you either this evening or tomorrow. It's Thursday afternoon now, Thursday evening, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, Pat. Cheers. Bye bye.